Hi guys, it's Emily from Novell Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my August book haul and I've got the cat down there and she wants to join in, so that's typical. Anyway, I've been really good this month, as you can well see from the title. I've only bought 25 books. I was gifted 3, so that's 28 plus this month, which is the first time in absolutely ages. And I will say, I do think that September will be a lot higher because I'll be back at Baz Books. I'm going out with some booktube friends this weekend, but technically the weekend before you film this, before this goes live. And we're going to Windsor on the 1st of the month, so I know September's haul was going to be bigger. But considering I went shopping with Gemma, who previously read a book gem, I have done amazingly this month. I'm really working at trying to not buy as many books, to really limit what I buy and be very fussy on what I buy. So for me, 25 books bought is a fantastic thing. Just over half of that, literally by one, is effectively half. It was bought in one book haul with Gemma. Other than that, I bought them all. I've got 3 books that I was gifted at the start of the month, and I'll show you them. But yeah, I'll show you what I've got. So I've got a bit more time to talk about them a little bit more because I know about them a little bit more. I won't be looking at the back as much, so hopefully this will be a bit better. So I will be honest, the other book I've got, this is the third in the Page Tune Jessi Jefferson series, all about the hype. But Danny from Danny's Book World also gave me I Knew You Were Trouble by Jessi Jefferson, but I've lent that to my sister Vicky for a because she wanted to borrow them, so she's going to borrow both those two. These were the last of the Page Tune books. You'll see more about this in my wrap-up part 2. You would have seen more about this in my wrap-up part 2 because that's going up first. I have to remember which order this is going in. So I was gifted those two by Danny, sorry. And then obviously, as you well know from my wrap-up part 1, I was gifted this by Tandem, all about Evie, which I talked about a lot in that video. Thoroughly loved it. It was Tandem read along, loved it. I'm also trying not to apply for as many Tandem read-alongs because I know that I am trying to get my TBR down, so I don't need to sign up for books unless I really want them. So let's talk about the books I bought. The first one I will tell you is the only one I bought full price this month. So that's me being tap on the head. I'm really impressed with myself, and that is Apples Never Fall by Liane Moriarty. We had to order some other bits and bobs on Amazon, and I did pay full price for this, but it was a lot cheaper than I was expected. I have read all of Liane Moriarty's works, and this is her latest work. It's like a mystery elementy book. Joy and Stan Delaney have 4 grown-up children, a successful business, and their golden years. Then Joy vanishes. Questions are asked. The police get involved, scratch the surface, and this seemingly happy family has much to hide, and with a good reason. This does look really good. I wanted to nearly bought it in hardback, but then I've been really hit and miss with Liane's books. So I'm having a look at the back of her books. 9 Perfect Strangers I really enjoyed. I thought it was really good. Big Little Lies was the first book of hers I read. I thought that was fantastic. Truly Madly Guilty was a bit atypical but predictable. The Husband's Secret was okay. The Hypnotist Love Story was okay. What Alice Forgot I loved. The Last Anniversary, the game was okay. 3 Wishes I loved. So hope I love this one. I'm also going to try and work out my genres actually, so I'm going to put that to one side. Then I got an Ali McNamara because as you well know, I love Ali McNamara's work. She is a fellow chronic pain sufferer, so I will always buy all her books. And the last one I've just read of hers I absolutely thoroughly loved, but again she's been slightly hit and miss, so I will mainly buy them in charity shops. This one is set in Sandy Bridge. I bought it in my charity shop, Baz Books, and it's been jumping out at me for ages. It's a bit of a romance, I think. This is one that I'm probably going to save for next summer because it looks like a very summery book. Grace grew up in Sandy Bridge, helping her parents sort junk from vintage treasures, but she longed to escape, and she made it, travelling with her job, falling in love and starting a family. So why is she back in this tiny seaside town she'd long left behind, hanging out with Charlie, the boy who became her best friend when they were teenagers? So that's good. My contemporary, so actually that will go there. Then I found in my charity shop, this is her latest release. This was only actually released this year, and I got it for £1. I nearly again bought it full price at Morrison's because it's been talking to me. I don't know why it's been talking to me, but it has. and it's Shea Burstable. It's the woman in the middle. She's part of this sandwich generation, caring for her parents and her children, supporting her husband Bruce, holding them all together the best she can. But then, when piece by piece, everything Shea thought of her certain in her life was taken away and disaster strikes, and she has to put herself first for the first time. This looks really good. Really excited by this. Cannot wait to get to this. I don't know how quickly I'm going to read this, because don't we all feel like we're put in the middle? I'm technically in that sandwich generation because my mum's older, but she's not old yet, thank God. I can't wait, and I've got my kids as well, so I totally get that. But to get that for £1, I was well excited. Then one I did buy on Amazon, but I bought it on Amazon second hand, and that is Our Story, a Reginald Cray. I've seen Legend, and I've seen another one of the Crays films, and I really thought they were interesting. I told you about this, the fact that my mum was originally born in London, and my nan and my great nan were right near the Crays, so there's got a bit of a connection. So after watching Legend, by the way, Tom Hardy, fit as anything, love Legend, I wanted to read a non-fiction book about the Crays, so I'm really looking forward to reading that. That's my non-fiction odd book, that'll go there. Then I've got a historical fiction, Rosanna Lee. My mum has got a Rosanna Lee book and really enjoyed it, and this one was talking to me because Mandalay, connections to Rebecca, obviously love Rebecca. Eva Gatsby has wondered about her grandfather Lawrence's past and exactly what happened to him in Burma during the Second World War. But it's only when Eva's job as an antique dealer suddenly requires a trip to Mandalay that Lawrence finally breaks his silence and asks her to return a mysterious artefact of its own, a chintz to the rightful owner. So this looks like it's dual timeline. It's in Burma and it's in the past and it's present. And Mandalay, really looking forward to that. It does look really good. Then this one jumped out at me, and I don't know why. This was another Baz Books one. I'm very loyal to my charity shop. And this one is the Museum of Broken Promises. I swear someone's spoken about this, but I can't remember who. This is like, it's obviously a museum of broken promises. Inside there's a treasure trove of objects. A baby's shoe, a wedding veil, a railway ticket, all revealing moments of loss and betrayal. And let me go on to this bit. And as a young woman in the 1980s, Laura fled Prague, where her life changed forever. Now, years later, she must confront the origins of her heartbreaking exhibition. A love affair with a distant musician, a secret life behind the Iron Curtain, and a broken promise she'll never forget. Great, the 1980s is classed as historical fiction, and I was born in right at the end of the 70s. I'm scared. I don't like feeling old. It does look like a really good book, so Sonic. Then, you all guys know I work for Boots Opticians. Had to pick this up. This is the first in a series, but we've got another one in the series at Baz Books, and I'm not sure whether to try it. I swear I've read a Deborah Carr book, and this is inspired by the true story behind the Boots Empire. Boots Opticians, Boots. Gotta read it. Set in Jersey in 1885, and on the beautiful island, Florence Rowe lives in a quiet life working for her father's bookshop. Life for the Rowe family is good, but Florence can't help but yearning for more. When Jessie Boot, a successful owner of Boots the Chemist, arrives on the island, Florence is immediately captivated by her tales of life in a busy city on the mainland. I can't wait for this. I don't know if I've read more books by this author. I would love it if they have the author's other books in here, but probably not, knowing my luck. Broken Places in the Property Field. I don't think I have. So this was actually came out only 2 years ago, in 2020. So this could be really good. I might have to go and get the other book actually. It does look really good. Then you guys know I'm collecting the Seven Sisters trilogy, and this one, again at the Baz Books, has been talking to me for ages. I've been good, I've not bought it, but I love butterflies. I love the idea of the butterfly room. It got me in. I've got no idea when I'm going to get to it. I believe it's historical fiction, but I can't tell you which era it's in. Posy Montague is approaching her 70th birthday, still living in the beautiful family home, Admiral House, set in the Suffolk countryside, where she spent her childhood catching butterflies with her beloved father. Posy knows that she must make the agonising decision to sell it. Then a face from the past appears. Freddie, her first love, who abandoned her and left her heartbroken 50 years ago. This looks good. Oh yeah, the olive tree was the one that's in the charity shop for the longest, and I didn't buy that, and I don't know why I didn't buy that. But the butterfly room, don't know why, I had to get it. That's another one I had to get. I might end up doing 2 piles. Then I love the Kathy Kelly book, and again, the same place, I got this one. The House on Willow Street. This is set, but this has got sisters in it. Got sisters in it, I'm going to buy it. And this is, now, right, Tess and Suki Powell grew up in Willow Street, so it's again set in Ireland. Now, years later, Tess is trying to save her marriage and protect her glamorous sister, Suki, who's come back home. Her dreams are shattered. Similarly, Mara Wilson is seeking refuge from a broken heart in her aunt Danae's house, and Danae, the inscrutable postmistress, is hiding dark memories of her own. Now the big house is up for sale, change is blowing on the cold sea wind. Before they can look to the future, these women must face the past. Sisters, like Kathy Kelly's books, wanted to get it. Now this one, again, has been in my charity shop for absolutely ages. But when we were out shopping with Gemma, and I was out shopping with Gemma, I got her to buy this. So I thought, when I went to Val's Books a couple of days later, I was like, do you know what? If I've got Gemma to buy it, I've got to buy it. And again, this is set in 1952, and it looks really naturey and beautiful. So list item number 2: never speak to Germans on the upper deck of the London buses. Jack Rosenbloom is 5'3.5" of sheer tenacity. He's writing a list so he can become a very English gentleman. Item 41: an Englishman buys his marmalade at Fortnum & Mason. In 1952, despite his best efforts, his bid to blend it in with the fraught unexpected hurdles, including his wife Sadie, does not want to forget where they come from or the family they've lost. This looks really good. What's that? I'll have to have 2 piles. This could be a big. And then I've got that you guys know next month I'm reading another book by this author. I've forgotten it already, but this book, I believe, this book was on my charity shop again. It's been on my charity shop a little bit, but Gaia from Gaia Athena said she loved it. And now again, this has got an older protagonist. It looks really good. When Harold Fry leaves home one morning to post a letter with his wife hoovering upstairs, he has no idea that he's about to walk from one end of the country to the other. He has no hiking boots or map, let alone a compass, a waterproof or a mobile phone. All he knows is that he must keep walking to save someone's life. Really excited by that. And then a non-fiction book. I've got Ghost by Dolly Anderson, and this is a non-fiction book, and this has actually got really high reviews on Goodreads, so I thought I'd get it. It's hardback, it looks beautiful. And it's the trials and tribulations of becoming a grown-up journalist and former Sunday Times columnist. And this is Dolly Anderson's non-fiction book. It's a heartbreaking book, apparently, on growing up, getting older, and navigating all kinds of love along the way. So this does look good. I'm just trying to... I'm not organised, am I? There you go, back. So, they are the only books I bought that separate from my trip with Gemma. The rest I've been bought with Gemma at Wokingham, which is where I hope I'm going with the other booktubers this week. And oh my gosh, when I say I think I got 11 at the charity shops, and then I got 2 at Waterstones. I did go to Waterstones. I will put those separately. But for me, 11 with Gemma is just amazing. I don't know how I'm going to do it with my other friends. Oh my god, the cats decided to go on my books. But for Gemma, it was really good. Like, it was a really good time. We had such a good laugh, and so I was well behaved. And the bargains I found, I can't wait to talk to you about. So this is the second half. So the first one is The Last Letter from Greece by Emma Carroll. I think this one's again another one that I'll probably save for the summer. It's a new release, but I got it for like about £1 or so. And this is set in Greece. I love books set in Greece. I don't know why, I've got a real thing for it. Devastated by a mother's death, Sophie longs to get away from an empty house full of memories. So when a chance discovery among her mother's belongings hints at a past Sophie never knew anything about, she jumps at the opportunity to both heal and escape, and the idyllic town of Methone arrives. But she's about to discover more than her mother's secrets. Okay, so that looks good. Sweet, move, sweet, move. So that looks really good, actually. So that, I don't know why, but I've heard of Emma Cowell. I don't know why, but that book does look really good. I think it was on Instagram. Now the next 2 are ones that have only just come out in paperback this summer, and again they are 2 books I nearly bought full price, so I was prepared to pay a little bit more. I think I paid, both of these were found in Oxfam in Wokingham. And again, I will only buy Oxfam's books if they are, number 1, good quality, Number 2, if they're on my Amazon wishlist and I can get them cheaper there than I could on Amazon. And number 3, if they're cheaper than in the supermarket. They are the only reasons I will get them in Oxfam, because Oxfam's prices are like double the other charity shop prices. Number 1 was Sophie Kinsella's The Party Crasher. Of course I was going to get that. Like, it was amazing. This, again, I love Sophie Kinsella's books. This one, I think my sister sold it. I nearly even borrowed it on BorrowBox, but I wanted my own copy, and look how gorgeous. I nearly bought it in hardback, so to find this in paperback, it's like Effie is still not over her parents splitting up a year ago, and her dad and his new girlfriend are posting photos everywhere with hashtags, and now they are selling the beloved family home and holding a house cooling party that Ellie hasn't been invited to. Then she remembers her Russian dolls safely tucked away up a chimney, and has no choice but to go back for them. She'll just creep in, grab the dolls and leave, and no one will ever know she's there. But Effie can't find the dolls, and as she secretly clambers around in the dusty attic, hides under tables, and tries and fails to avoid bumping into an ex-boyfriend, she discovers unexpected truths about her family and even about herself. This one, I must admit, I don't know how long I'll be able to save not getting that. Then you guys know, again, I love Veronica Henry's books. I've really got a thing about hers, and I nearly bought this full price in the shops, and I nearly bought that one. So this one was an obvious one to get. And again, I don't know when I'm going to get this, but what if you had the chance to follow your dreams? An impulse purchase. Let's be honest, most of my purchases are impulse purchases. I don't go, I just go for it. So this is such a me book. Cherry, Maggie and Rose are mother, daughter and granddaughter. Oh my god, it's even more like me. With their own hopes, dreams and even sorrows. They've always been close, but so when Sherry buys a gorgeous run-down pub in the village she grew up in, it soon becomes a family affair. All 3 women uproot themselves and move to Rushbrook, deep in the heart of Somerset, and take over the Swan and restore it to its family to former glory. Cherry at the helm, Maggie in charge of the kitchen, and Rose tends the picturesque garden. Before long, the locals are delighted to find the beating heart of the village is back and bringing all kinds of surprises. Don't see me waiting very long for that. Then there was a Leah Louise book. I can't remember what it is, which one it was, but I loved it. So I've got some of her other books on my Amazon wishlist. So when I thought of this, I thought this looked really good. Lizzie James is happy. She has a steady office job and the same best friend since school. And she sees her family every Thursday night for takeaway and trashy TV. Then a letter arrives from her first love, Roman. A letter dated the day he disappeared 12 years before. And as Lizzie uncovers the secrets of the letter, she discovers what really happened the year her life fell apart. And all avenues lead back to Roman. This looks really good. Then, I love Danny Atkins' books. You guys know in the last month I found one of them in the charity shop on a proof copy, and I got this one. Again, why are our copies so gorgeous? The Story of Us. Emma Marshall can't wait to marry her childhood sweetheart Richard. Then a tragic accident changes everything and introduces a stranger Jack into her life. Gorgeous and mysterious, Jack is like no one Emma has met before, but Richard is more than the man she loves. Richard is the man she loves. 2 different men, 2 different destinies, and how will Emma end her story? This is very much like the dual timeline thing, the split lives timeline that Danny Atkins is quite famous for, like Fractured in a few other of her books. So that's really good. Looking forward to that. Then this one was one that Gemma got me to buy. It's apparently one I've got to save for Christmas. The Toy Maker by Robert Dinsdale. I don't buy many books by male authors, but this is as the Great War approaches, and it's a bit of fantasy and a bit of like the Emporium opens within the first frost of winter. The Emporium sells toys that captures the imagination of children and adults alike. Oh, it just looks, apparently it's really supposed to be really good. It's an enchanting novel for the fans of The Night Circus and The Miniaturist. The Miniaturist I love, The Night Circus not so much. I'm waiting to find out what that's like. Apparently I've got to save it for Christmas, so it's a Christmas purchase. And Andrea Levy is an author that some people have liked. Now apparently I'm not sure about this author. She's been talked about quite a lot. But this one looks really good. It was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize about 12 years ago. And it's apparently like Small Island. And I know Gemma said she loves Small Island. You do not know me, but I am the narrator of this work. My son Thomas is printing this book, and tells me, my son Thomas, who is printing this book, tells me it's customary at this place of the novel to give the reader a little taste of the story held within these pages. As your storyteller, I am about to convey the tale that is set in Jamaica during the last turbulent years of slavery and the early years of freedom followed. This looks really good. Really looking forward to that. And I thought this author was by another author that I thought I knew, but again, this looks really good. This is set in Italy in the First World War, right at the end of the First World War. A country is in turmoil, a woman with one chance to save herself. It's really, 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 really good. As the British and American troops attempt to bring order to the devastated country, Italy's population fights to survive. Don't want to know any more than that. Looks really good. Now this one has been spoken about by so many people. I think a lot of the American booktubers have read this. And this is The Lilac Girls. I've wanted it for so blooming long. Look at that. How beautiful is that? I love Lilac. I love books set in World War II. And this is based on the based on the real life story of the New York socialite who championed a group of concentration camp survivors known as the Rabbits. This acclaimed debut novel reveals the story of love, redemption, and the terrible secrets that were hidden for decades. I don't need to know any more than this. Everyone's spoken about it. I wanted it. I got it for £1. Now this next one was a bit of a random one because I don't know very much about it. But Gemma said that she'd heard about it, and I think Gemma got it in one charity shop and I got it in another one. And it looks gorgeous. Again, it's a bit of a cover buy. It looks stunning. Again, we've got an older woman whose Grace is 40 and she's in love with David. Her life is about to fall apart within the most shocking ways. Nadia is 17 and furious. She knows that love will only let her down. And if she's going to succeed, it will be on her own terms. And then you've got Maurice Williams, who's 86. He's discovered a lot about love in his long life and even more about people. And yet he keeps secrets. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom in order to find your way back, and sometimes you need a friend or two at your side. This does look really good. And then the last book that I got that was from Oxfam. I got this for like £2 or £3 in hardback. This is a lot more than that. This is a book that I nearly bought in hardback. It's coming out in paperback very soon on Amazon, I know that much. But it's a Jenny Colgan book. I collect most of her books. I loved her books. This is a book I wanted last year to read at Christmas, so I know I'm going to read it this year at Christmas. It's Jenny Colgan. It's Christmas. It's a bookshop. What more did I want? I think I bought it for like £3. I don't care. I did not feel sorry for myself at all. Carmen does not like accepting help, least of all from Sophia, her glamorous, successful and perfect in every way older sister. But Carmen needs a job fast, and Sophia, infuriatingly, happens to know where she can find one. Mr. Macready's bookshop is in trouble. The dusty books on the shelves are higgledy-piggledy. The old bell above the door hardly ever announces new customers. And if he doesn't turn things around by Christmas, Mr. Macready will be forced to sell, and Carmen is his last hope. I want that. I don't care. I really do not care. Like, I want that so badly. It's unbelievable. Then I said I was a bit naughty this month. I forgot to buy Gemma. No, I didn't forget. I didn't buy Gemma's birthday present. So I said, as a birthday present, we were going to Waterstones. And I was like, right, just got buy one get one half price. We'll both pick a book. That's fine. And I thought, that's it. I'm not going to buy any more. And then Gemma, being the moo head that she is, saw this. Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. It's a new release. And look at the coloured edges. It is absolutely stunning. Love on the Brain. I absolutely loved The Love Hypothesis. And this is absolutely stunning. B. Coldwater lives by a simple code. What would Marie Curie do? If NASA offered her the lead in the neuroengineering project, a literal dream come true, Marie would accept without hesitation. Duh. But the mother of modern physics has never had to co-lead with Levy Ward. I don't want any more than that. Danny read it in the day. That's how good she thought it was. And it is bloody stunning. It is one of the most gorgeous books ever. So I got it full price. I think I spent more in Waterstones than I did on all the other books. Yeah, that was me being a bit naughty. And then part of the buy one get one half price deal, my half price book was The Paper Palace by Miranda de Coelho. This was longlisted for the Booker Prize or one of the other prizes. I can't remember which one, but I know my sister Charlie loved it and she told me to get it. One perfect morning, August morning, Ellie Bishop no, it's for the women's prize. I think it was something to, no, longlisted for the women's prize. It didn't get shortlisted though. Elle Bishop heads out for a swim in the pond below the Paper Palace, her family's holiday home in Cape Cod. But as she dives beneath the water, she relives a passionate encounter with the night before. Against the side of a house she knows all her darkest secrets, while her husband and mother chatted to the guests inside. So begins a story that unfolds over 24 hours and 50 years, as Elle's shocking behaviour leads to a decision that will change her life forever. Charlie loved it. A few other people I know have loved it. Had to get it. So, that's what I bought. Spent a bit longer than I planned to. So let me tell you the genres. I've got 2 non-fictions, 1 thriller. These are books I bought, by the way. I'm not going to count anything else. Historical fiction, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 9 historical fiction. I don't know. I'm going to count Paper Palace as contemporary. I don't know how it is. So 9 historical fiction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 contemporary. Oopsie. Oh well. 13 contemporary, 1 thriller, 2 non-fiction. That's not bad. I've been good this month. I've loved talking about these books. Are these any of these books that you think I should prioritise and push right up and read them straight away? Or any that you want to buddy read with me? Let me know down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling. And I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.